Chapter 12 – Consequences of the Game of Mates. In all the sectors of the economy we have looked at, James cozies up to political power where the juiciest grey gifts can be had. He forms his group of mates, then, together they implicitly and cooperatively abuse the power they hold within the institutions of our country, trading grey gifts amongst themselves for their joint benefit. James and his mates are now often the politicians, as well as top bureaucrats and the executives of Australia's biggest companies, sometimes even at the same time. The game of mates is now so widespread in Australia that it is itself a sector. Aspiring Jameses are queuing up at our capital cities with plans to defraud the population. The game is having surprising consequences for Australian culture. The full extent is hard to see and impossible to prove because cultures change for many reasons and the game is only one of them. Still, we want to outline the direction in which we think the game is pushing Australian culture, even if that involves more than a dash of speculation. For instance, because of our close experience for many years investigating the game in Queensland, we believe Queensland politics is best thought of as a competition between gangs of property developers, some aligned with one major party, some aligned with both. No doubt other states are similar, yet we have not had the hands-on experience elsewhere to see just how deeply this captures the underlying politics of those states. Because the game is so entrenched in both main political parties, losing an election is now merely the end of the immediate political career and the start of a lobbying career. Losing an election simply presents politicians an opportune time to leave office and join the lobbying game, capitalising on their trust and reputation amongst the mates. As long as their party has a reasonable chance to get into power in the future, all the main groups of Jameses in the various sectors will need lobbyists that come from either party to ensure their game continues. This is now just as true at the federal level as it is at the state level. The only difference is that the game at the state level is more concentrated on decisions made at the state level, like property market decisions. James's essential game of developing his relationship network at the top of society starts very early in life. James goes to schools where he meets his future conspirators. Everyone who wants their children to be another James is trying to get their children into the schools where this networking happens. This has led to the peculiar phenomenon of a proliferation of private schools that do not even attempt to compete on academic merit as they do in many other countries. Rather, they compete. I hope you've enjoyed this sample from the audiobook Rigged. To hear the full book, please subscribe to Fresh Economic Thinking.